Going. Good afternoon. I've just put in the final touches on my assignment. Just done the spell check, tweeted about that, trying to get that off my back. I found it rather challenging just getting back into doing the presentation, the assignments. It's been ages since I've had to write something. I've tried writing it in Word or desktop format, and I've just really found that very difficult, so I decided just to put it as a blog on my cameronstewart.wordpress.com site, which is my student blog that I've just experimenting with, testing ideas of things that we're learning in lectures, etc., etc. One of what I'll talk about just over the next few minutes is in relation to the course guide, but one of the things that I've just done is filled in my assignment sheet. I've got about half an hour, 40 minutes to get into the city, print out a copy. I don't think it's going to look particularly good printed out, but that's what we're instructed to do, only because the template on the WordPress blog that I have has no printable template. I need to spend some time mucking around with it or spend some money to set up a different template or something like that. Anyway, this section just deals with, and I'm referring to the subject guide here, how does this report relate to what you are learning in the program? The program has several requirements or several things that it aims to teach. I'll just have to go and look it up now. Obviously, I'm just starting, just a first year student, so a lot of this will be kind of foundational. I think it's important probably just to have had a go at it, tried a few different things, certainly put a lot of thought into it. I'm not sure how this is going to be marked, viewed on. Had a go using the EndNote software, which seemed to work okay. I've done a tutorial on that run by the library, and also a little screencast I did of how to import the RMIT stuff into that software. It was fairly straightforward to do. I think my information knowledge management practices, which is the first point of the course, is very much self-taught. Like, obviously I've been able to get through school, uni, work, do things, live for 31 years. So, however, that's not to say, and in fact hopefully that idea comes through in the assignment, that a lot of work to do in terms of tidying that up, and a lot to learn, which I'm motivated about. Other one is communicating information in oral and written modes. Obviously I've written something, and if there's a couple of videos on the site that have oral presentation. I haven't presented in front of a webcam and published that before, so a couple of things like sitting on a swingy chair, and probably could have donned a tie or dressed up a little bit more to give it a more business feel, but it's just how it is for this first one. Again, feedback's welcome, either on YouTube, the blog, or directly to me at cameron.stewart@student.rmit.edu.au. Evaluate website content using specific frameworks for evaluation. A lot of the links that I pointed to in my references are stuff that I've used in web development, project management, pitches to clients, account management, etc., etc. for ages. Certainly played a lot with the tools there, especially the SEO Moz Web 2.0 awards. That's pretty well a standard document, or they were one of the first in the industry to really beef that up. So I know that that's got credibility, and if you look on that site, for example, it's widely linked to. They've developed a lot, and Rand Fishkin, I think that's how you pronounce it, is a lot of weight in the SEO industry. Tried to be, another dot point here is organise information in a meaningful and value-added ways. Tried to do it from the perspective of not just this is what I do, but it would be a document that someone could perhaps read, learn from and use. Not to copy it, obviously. I think For example, I could have Googled lists to fill out, but I've tried to in certain areas of different kinds of information. I'm sure someone's been through the process, but just did off the top of my head what I could find, what is around me, easily accessible, get my hands on, touch, and use like in day-to-day life. Self-reflect on the learning. There's a few things that I'm not sure about. One is blogging an acceptable method of delivery of a report. We're in 2010 now, and in some ways I think it should be, but I don't know how that will be received by the academics. So I'm happy to have that conversation, use the first report to learn a few things, etc., etc. Certainly filling out bibliographic information about websites, something I haven't really spent time doing before, so that's going to be different. And I don't want to get myself marked down here, but it's comprehensive. I've used broad brushstrokes for different areas, but there's certainly other stuff like how I archive Twitter feeds, like old OPML, RSS feeds, etc., that could have been added. I've tried to do a few links, a few examples using Google Spreadsheets, Google Docs that just link off. Again, printing those out. I'm not sure if I will, but they would kind of sit in an appendix, and it's just depending on time here. One of the other goals is to develop a portfolio that reflects progress in thinking and information, profession, and their place in the profession. I think been encouraged to just from the start, just to start developing that. I've chosen to do it as a blog. Whether you turn that into an ebook or something later on, I don't really mind, but it's just a matter of starting, getting a few visitors for different bits and pieces, and having the conversation. One of the things that I don't know if it is right, but I automate the publish from whenever I get something addressed to my student email, it goes onto the website. It's just forwarded on and as a draft before I publish it, so it kind of automates the process a little bit, so I just kind of get to vet things a little bit before they go on. And manage information relevant to their courses and program is the last dot point. Well, I missed a couple of classes, actually the class for this subject today, the 1 hour lecture and a 2 hour tute. Bernadette is wonderful in that she records those lectures for us and puts them up, so I could catch up on that. Things always just take a little bit longer than you think, and I didn't intend to miss so much class. I've actually got another class starting now, 3:30, and it's 3:27, and I'm 30 minutes away at least by the time I catch a tram in. So I've actually enjoyed it, hopefully learned something. Really keen to see what some of the other guys put together. I'm sure there's stuff that I do is just so slow and time consuming in areas, and just because I haven't thought about it, it's about being organised. There's a few dot points that I've also put in what have you learned about yourself from personal information. Certainly the feeling of guilt, or I'm associating personal information management with disorganisation. I'm not sure that that's so true, but at this point in my learning, it is what I guess feel about that. Anyway, I just wanted to flag that, be as truthful as I could, and document that. Again, useful not only for whoever might watch this video, but also for myself to learn from, look back on, reflect over time. So just finally, I'm just writing now. Probably should have been a little bit prepared. Anyway, this is my email address. If you need anything or you want to discuss further, feel free to